Mic check. One, two. Mm, mm, mm. DB always got on some feedback. You always got the feedback cracking. Chris is in the house.
As always, I am present. Daryl was here earlier.
Yeah, he's still here.
I tried
I
to knock
got
the
great
couch
lighting today.
get it away from the wall. It came apart.
I had to take my thing down. It was falling, so
What
Shaheed
now?
was on earlier too.
It's
So
in mine.
Shaheed
we were.
bounced. Robert's in the back, but he ain't on cam. When he comes up,
Yeah, I'm here.
it'll pop up.
Can y'all hear me?
Oh, what you got? A new microphone?
I got the microphone, but I left it in Bakersfield, so this is still just the iPhone, but it is working.
Oh yeah, I can tell it's the iPhone now. All you need to do is speak just a little bit. And we can hear you.
Is are you echoing Shan or is that somebody else?
That's you.
That is not me.
It might be me. I don't know. Test one, two. Okay. Now you say something, Chris.
Test two, test three.
Do you hear yourself?
It's me.
Oh, okay.
Which is crazy. So what I'm gonna do is, if I'm not talking, I'm just gonna mute my mic.
No, I can lower your volume. Let me lower you down to 20%. You don't have to hit mute.
What about
But
that?
if I lower it, I don't hear an echo. I guess Chris is the only one. I didn't hear it. I never heard it to begin with.
Yeah, I heard an echo.
What up, y'all?
Oh, I'm on a big screen, man. I'm on a big screen. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Thursday night's edition of Ask Black Man Everything, Anything, Whatever You Want, Thing. Um, yeah,
Any and
that part.
everything. What's
Mr.
popping?
Longmire.
Going on, fellas? What's going on?
Man,
Is it bad? Is it good? Mic check.
Everything's good, man. The Buffalo Bills is winning. That's my hometown, even though that's not my team. They, getting that first dub.
the Buffalo
I'm mad
Bills.
on
That's
my
your hometown?
Yeah,
yeah. Chris Davis
for years, well, for
by
months,
way
I've
of
been
Buffalo, New
saying
York.
from Buffalo by way of, from Atlanta by way of Buffalo.
Yeah. Yep.
And that's not your team no more? Now you
Nah, I don't think it was like ever. When I was a kid, because we ain't had cable, so all I could watch was Buffalo, Dallas, and San Francisco, and the Raiders. That's all I could watch. So it's a little different now that I can pick my own team. So been an Eagles fan since '99. Just been rocking with them. Good, bad, another. Kind of like them folks that's a Falcon fan.
I don't understand that, but
It is what it is.
yeah.
Yeah, no
what's
echo now.
popping,
Good
man?
stuff. Good stuff. But anyway, welcome to Ask Black Man Anything. We're thankful that you are here tonight. And if you have joined us before, thank you for coming back. If you have never joined us, want to just let you know, you can always join the conversation and ask us literally anything. We have had every question that you could possibly imagine. Why are black men intimidated by successful black women? I think has been our most popular question. Um, you know, um, Literally everything. So um, we are happy that you join us every week. And make sure you like the show. If you haven't liked the show already, make sure you hit the like button. It literally costs you absolutely nothing to do that, so that's free. If Steve, you do some free stuff, for me, I can do some free stuff for you. I'm lying to you, I won't, but make sure you like the show for me. Anyways, got this guy. Wait, I always get it wrong. The elder statesman, DB in the building.
What's up, everybody? What's up, fellas? Glad to be here. Had some had some stuff popping off in my family last week. I intended to be here, but as fate will have it, my second mother was out somewhere and they couldn't find her. So, you know, God is God is who He is. They found her. She's been in the hospital since, and just had the family worried. But I'm thankful that all things are in place, and glad to be here with the fellas tonight. And I'll pass it to Mr. Longmire out of Cali.
Robert Longmire. What am I? I'm in LA by way of Bakersfield. Still one of Chris's phrases. Man, last week must have been a thing, Daryl. I'm glad to hear that that Miles is back safe. Hopefully she gets better. Last week, my brother also had an incident. Man, he was in a car that rolled over 3 times. He was driving, decided to pass somebody, rolled over 3 times, and he was, thank God, he and his wife, he and his fiance, walked out without a scratch. They were a little sore the next day, but that was it. So last week was a doozy. But yeah, man, I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to see that, even though things happen, everything still comes out for the better. Still comes out good, and nobody's, not here anymore. Go ahead and pass it to Shan. Look like he's looking at this wire hella strange, so I'm gonna pass it to him and see what the heck he talking about.
Nothing new for me, guys. Just another week of building and creating and designing and building and selling and buying and
Yes.
Amazon just came dropped off a bunch of stuff. They didn't bring the 2 things I wanted. Those don't come till tomorrow. But you know how it goes with Amazon. They ain't got too much of my money. So nothing new this week, man. Just it's kind of like I'm excited because you guys hear me talk about my fashion stuff, and I've kind of like had a conversation with my staff, and we're revamping my lines. We're shutting down like 4 of them. No, we're shutting down 3 of them. I'm gonna have 4 lines. Shannon Rawls. I've renamed one, so monochrome. My men's and women's contemporary line is now Shannon Rawls. Because I was a designer anyway, so it might as well just be my namesake. So now that's called Shannon Rawls. And then I've partnered with Danielle Dene to run the lingerie line. So she's now part owner of the lingerie line, and that name has been revamped. It used to be that line was over the years since 2000 for 9 years. It's gone through. So it was originally Classy Cassie, then it became Classy Swim, then it became Classy Club, and now it's called Danny Dene. And then my Burning Sands line, my athletic line, is going to be reduced to simple products of headwear, tees, and hoodies. And then there's one more. Oh, my streetwear brand, Bars Raw. That's going to continue as normal. So that's a big conversation. And we're doing a revamp and restructuring my studio and the stock room and all that kind of stuff right now for that. And then at the same time, I got a third podcast studio that you guys haven't seen. So you probably maybe you haven't seen the one at my downtown studio. That's where I do my daytime shows. And then this is my nighttime shows. And then there's another one. And I wish I could move the camera and show you guys some of this stuff I got. I got a whole bunch of stuff. Does this show up? This is a Victorian chair. And I got a love seat that matches. It's pure white. And got a whole lot of shit coming in. And so we're laying a coke white floor in there, and it's going to and putting up lights. And that podcast studio is getting built out again. New windows and doors and the whole nine. Those all come in this weekend. So I'm excited about that. So I don't think I'm gonna be doing any broadcasts in there because it's gonna be way too girly. But it's still a podcast studio nonetheless and shit. So that's my week. And so now you see like little shit that's coming in that I need to connect and interconnect because my entire company is kind of really automated. Everything is just fucking spacely rockets. Just push the button and everything works. And so that's why I was looking at this cable because I don't know if this is long enough. I should have got an inch and a half instead. I mean, a foot and a half instead of just a foot. This is a jumper, a USB-C 3.1 jumper cable that runs video through it. And I don't know if this is gonna be long enough. I'm hoping it is, but I'll know. I'll know tomorrow. So I'm just geeking out, y'all. Just geeking out.
So clearly,
not fat. It's the shirt.
was that you, Robert?
No.
I was trying to mute some stuff. We're good.
Mr. Chris
So,
Davis, who you be?
I'm just watching you prepare to roll.
No. Man, these are to wipe my glasses with, man. I just happen to still be playing with them. I'm not over here rolling up nothing. I don't have those type of skills anyway, so you know.
What's going on, Mr. Muhammad and Steve? What's going on, fellas?
What's
going on with y'all, man?
all is well, my brother. Happy Thursday, man.
Steve is in the house.
Steve
I ain't seen
is
Steve in a year. What up,
I ain't
Steve?
seen Steve in a year either. I've been in my dungeon. I'm all is well, King. All is well, for real.
That's what's up, man.
How you guys doing?
What up, Shaheed? My dark side brother.
What's up? What's the deal?
We slaying these niggas today, or are we gonna be nice?
It depends what type of energy they bring, man.
Well,
y'all
you
be
know,
nice.
Wes ain't here
shit,
with
I
his
thought y'all was
KD
already
Be nice.
No, I
I
noticed.
thought y'all already been going.
I noticed West always come in late, so he could play. He could come sweet.
You wait for somebody to say something, they come in.
Come in saving them. So I do want to welcome one of our brothers, man. He was rocking with us when we first got started a while back, and you know I ain't gonna put no shade on him. Yes, I am. You know what I mean? He left us. You know what I'm saying? He ain't want to mess with us. No, I'm just playing. I'm just playing. No,
I had to lock
welcome
in,
Steve
man.
Robinson, man. The Steve hit me and he was like, "Yo, man, I've been working on a project and you know want to show it to the world." And man, the floor is yours. So you said you only need 3 minutes, so you're on the clock.
All I need. That's it. First off, I want to extend my greatest gratitude to my good brothers for reopening up this platform for me. I was a part of the group initially. I had to take a step back and just really hone in and lock in on my project he alluded to earlier. And so I recently just published my first book. It's entitled To Love, Love. It is about 4 high school students and their journey throughout high school and how they navigate through high school and try to make their own way and not just the regular I guess you could say average way of kids in high school. And so it's available on Amazon.com. Also, you can check out my website, authorsteverobinson.com. You can pick it up there. You can also, on my website, I would appreciate if you guys could leave your email address so I can add you to my email mailing list. And then all information in regards to the book will be on the website as well. And also, I touch on a lot of different topics within the book, just how they transition and how they transition from middle school to high school. It's from them being in 8th grade to 11th grade. And then I am going to be working on them in 12th grade. And I'm going to have probably that going within the next year or so. Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate the love for sure.
I
So
got
if
a
you guys
question,
feel
Mr.
free
Steve.
to. Yes, sir. Shoot.
What age group are you marketing into? Because I mean that right there for me, I got some high schoolers and everything, and I'm just if it's an adult book or if it's just an all age type group, it
It's
may be
all age
something I
groups,
might
man.
want to.
I will go from 7th grade on up, 6th grade maybe, but 7th grade on up. For adults too, I've been getting some great reviews about it. People have enjoyed the topics I've hit on, such as mental health, especially in our community. So I think it's a good read, not just because I wrote it, but I think it's a good read. I've been getting some good reviews as well. And those of you that do plan on purchasing the book, if you can leave a review on Amazon.com, that'd be really helpful, and I greatly appreciate it.
No, wait. So is it on Amazon? What do I search for on Amazon?
Yeah, you can just put my name in, Steve Robinson,
Wait,
to
wait, hold on,
love,
hold on,
comma love.
hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second, Steve. So we gonna
Sure.
do this is what we gonna do. This is what we gonna do today. Uh where is give me a second. Oh, here we go. Share screen.
See, I
Uh
told you, Steve. I'm just I'm the middleman.
Hey,
I'm like
listen,
the
we
I'm
all
like Hefe. The
we all
folks
got a
in,
job to
in
play.
Colombia, they bring the
We all
drugs.
got
I
a
just
job
go
to
pick
do.
them up and I distribute them. I toss them up.
I feel
That's
you,
me.
El Chapo.
Hey, Steve,
I feel you, El Chapo.
In
Hefe,
that
Hefe, man, Hefe.
in
Steve
that
is
Watch
case, I
yourself.
got some wine to bring you. Drop off,
Hey,
have
man,
you distribute
I'm
out
a
there in
dealer,
Atlanta.
bro. Listen, I'm the guy you want to talk to, bro. I'm connected.
Steve, is that Buddha tea back there?
Say that one more time.
Is that Buddha tea back there on your shelf?
It is. Well, no, this isn't. So I'm actually in the store on having my first book signing. So it's a health and wellness store. It's a health and wellness store out here in Los Angeles called Florence Fresh. And so they sell different products. It's like products all throughout the store, actually. Black-owned products.
Yeah,
all right, Steve. Steve, so
Yes,
what do
sir.
I search for?
Type my name, Steve Robinson. To love, comma love. hmm You put my last. There you go. First
That's
one.
you?
That's me, man. It's been doing great, by the way. I've been highlighted on a. I got spotlighted on a place called International Books, which they service over 1 million books, and so I was on the front page for about 2 weeks now. I'm still on the front page too, which is pretty cool.
Okay. Let's look at here. Let's take a look at this. So, 4 high school students find a way to make a way for themselves, their community, and their family. Growth and maturity were inevitable. Transitions, we all experience some level of it, from the loss of a loved one to graduating junior high school and starting high school. We find ways to adjust and thrive. What do you do in the face of adversity? These 4 students realized that they could that they can lean on one another and push through anything. Understanding their strengths and weaknesses allowed them to support one another in ways most high school students can't imagine. See, Mr. Steve Robinson, the author, was born on September 11th, 1988, born and raised in Los Angeles, California, West Side.
For sure.
Reading has always was always a huge in his household. His mother had a unique way of getting him and all of his other siblings excited to read and write. This started at the early age of 7, where he began to read countless books, and his mom would have him write book reports on the books that he would read. He continued that love of reading and writing all throughout school, where he attended Audubon Middle School, where my father retired, Mr.
Nice.
Rawls. He was the math teacher there, and Crenshaw High School, which is walking about 600 feet to my north. I'm on 6th Ave. Crenshaw's on 8th, and both located in Los Angeles. Now, after graduating high school in 2006, Steve attended the University of Houston, where he obtained his bachelor's degree in communications in 2010. The inspiration for my first book came from being a dean of students at a high performing charter school in South Los Angeles, California. I was the dean of students at that school for 4 years. I learned so much about myself and also what the future of our nation needs the most, which is understanding, respect, and someone who is not going to give up on them. You see, Steve's objective for reaching out to everyone and your school is to create an encouraging conversation for your school to look into purchasing some copies as well as possibly adding to your ELA curriculum. Steve, what is the ELA curriculum?
English language arts.
English language arts. Got it.
Mm.
All right, cool. So look, this is what I'm gonna do. How do we do this? Let's go here. So he has a you can get it on Kindle for free. Oh, if I sign up, but it's $6.99 to buy. I like
hmm
paperback, so I'm gonna go ahead and add that to cart. Let me proceed to checkout. Let me go ahead and get my stuff. Let me see how fast it come to my house. Continue.
Uh,
Appreciate you, Steve.
I appreciate you. And one last thing, if you do happen to be in LA, like Shannon is, like Shahid is, I would appreciate if you can. This Sunday is my birthday, September 11th. This is also going to be my first book signing, and it should be a really dope event. I've been getting some great feedback on people excited to come and just celebrating with me. So I'm looking forward to
Where's it
seeing
gonna
you all
be?
there at Florence
Where?
Fresh. Florence Fresh.
Oh, that's right. You mentioned that at Florence Fresh.
Mm-hmm.
Is it on Florence
Yes,
and what?
It's on Florence and 11th Ave.
Oh, right. No, that's the wood. Okay, that's what's up.
Yep, basically, yep. Mm-hmm.
All right, cool, cool. Sounds good, man. I appreciate you, and I see it in the background. What else you got back there? What you sell? What? Okay, is you not just an author? What else you do?
No. So these are just books, but it's a health and wellness store too. So there's all type of different black-owned products here, from teas to skincare, you name it. This here, in regards to anything health and wellness. So we also
Got
trying to
it.
bring some more eyes to the location as well, and it's been picking up
Do you
slowly
think
but surely.
this, Steve? This is your inaugural book. This is your first book you've ever written or published.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Do you think it'll be your last?
No, definitely not. No,
So then,
I've already.
if you plan on releasing a series of books and you're going to become an author professionally,
Mhm.
what do you think you'll be talking about over the what could we look for from Steve Robinson in the next 10 years as far as books are concerned?
That's a really good question, Shan. I think I really want to take a deep dive into high school, mainly middle school to high school, because I think that's where the majority of our kids they begin to transition, and that transition is often a difficult one if they don't have someone or something to get inspiration from. And so that's where I'm going to be putting a lot of my energy into, and also I'm going to be coming out with a book of poems too, probably next summer. That's like an easy thing. I got about 100 poems in my phone, so that's going to be the next thing. But after that is going to be the conclusion to this book with the four students with the four students graduating from high school and being in the 12th grade.
So let me get this straight. So this book that I just ordered that's going to come to my house Saturday. This
Yes,
is
sir.
a story. This is a coming of age story, and I'm going on a journey with the kids in the book.
For sure, no question about it.
Okay,
There's
cool.
so
And
many
then you
different
saying
characters.
your sequel to this book is going to be their next level from what, maybe high school to college now?
Not sure if I'm going to have them in college just yet. I'm still trying to work through that, but it's definitely going to be them in 12th grade because, as I said earlier, it's them from 8th grade to 11th grade, and I wanted to make sure I
Okay,
made room a specific book for them only in 12th grade because I think it's going to be a different type of it's going to resonate a lot differently for kids in school as well as adults. So I think we all
that's what's up,
can look
man.
back to our journey in high school and think about things we could have done better or think about ways we could have improved with our friend groups and just and so forth.
Agreed. All right, man. Well, shout out to you. I didn't know you was a poet like that.
Yeah, man.
Have you ever did you
I
heard of
just
fly
write, man.
poetry?
I wouldn't even call myself a poet, and honestly, I just like words and I like putting words together. And I really all of my poems have come from my own life experience, so it's not like something I've like got from somebody else. It's all me. The things that I've been through, whether it
Got
be
it.
with women, just in the school system. Yeah, it's you name it. I've talked about it.
That's what's up, man. All right. Well,
Yes,
I
sir.
appreciate you, man. I
And I
appreciate you.
appreciate y'all, man. It's
Congratulations,
love.
brother.
Love
Congratulations,
y'all.
man.
Congratulations, brother.
Congratulations.
Thank you, gentlemen. Appreciate the love for sure.
Everybody, please go and grab. Let me put the link in the chat. Hold on one second. Um, I want everybody to. Let me go to my orders. Your
Steve,
orders.
I had to step away, man. Thanks for joining
This
us, boss.
All
text.
good, man. I appreciate you, Chris. No doubt.
Yes, sir.
Let's do this. Hold on one second, Steve. I'm gonna go ahead and put it in the chat, so it's always immortalized in this video. Uh, that is the link to Steve's book,
See?
to love, love, to love, love by here. Put that link right there, and then we'll throw it and we'll let it go across the screen on the ticker. To love, love by Steve Robinson.
You
And
know,
then boom,
ironically,
boom.
that's a good target audience, man. We had 1 week of school, man, and we didn't had 2 murders.
What?
Yeah, we
We,
had 1 week of school. We had 2 murders, and one student died from a medical emergency.
wait. Campus murders?
Yeah, on high school grounds.
Damn, I'm not tracking the news like that. What happened? Or what's the background? What? It's not a mass. It's just somebody just a grievance or something. They just came out and start killing each other.
Young young cat, newly transferred to the new school, star on the football team, was arguing with somebody from another school, and dude just shot him and killed him.
So the football team
The football,
star is dead.
yeah, 17 years old, junior. Then they had another guy in Baltimore County. He got murdered, and then they had another kid. I mean, not even it's not even a week old, man. Not even a whole week. We couldn't even get past the first week, bro.
Let me guess. Both of them are African American.
Absolutely, all three.
Damn. I see. We need Jerron here. This is the night he need to be here.
That's
Damn.
unfortunate, man.
It is.
Yeah.
Unfortunate.
Anyways,
So and
cool.
I don't like to, kind of spread bad news, but I'll tell you guys that I was at a little league football game. So our school season starts in August. Um, so little league football ended like July, and there was a fight. I mean, I'm talking about little league is everything from 12 and under, right? Coaches getting into fights, players getting into fights. Guy pulls out a gun, just starts shooting, and I'm just like, man, this is crazy, absolutely crazy. And a buddy of mine, a buddy of mine that's an attorney, we were talking in the gym on Wednesday, and he said, it's interesting to see how people don't fight anymore. They just they feel tough because they have a weapon. And like I shared with you, Shan, I carry mine everywhere I go, but I don't take that tough guy routine, primarily because I'm not going to listen. I've never been in law enforcement. I've never had to shoot my weapon, in a defensive position. Um, but I believe that if you're going to pull it, then you better use it. And so I don't take that position like, I'm super tough, I'm gonna stand my ground, right? And I'm gonna, defend myself. I'm not gonna let you try to chump me off. But then I'm my first go to is to try to deflate the situation, right? Unless you decide that you want to get beside yourself, you want to like, harm my kids or something like that, right? Family member. Then it's escalated, or try to do harm to me. But it's amazing how things just turn to gun violence just so quickly. Um, it is sickening.
Maryland is a. It's crazy that you say that, Chris, because Maryland is not a stand your ground state, and
Wow.
we don't have unless you own a business or whatever the case may be. We don't have carry conceal, so I don't even bring my weapons outside the house. And even if somebody breaks in your house and you don't warn them that you have weapons and provide them a deterrent to back away, if you shoot them or to if you shoot them to eliminate them, more than likely you're going down. And secondly, if they retreat and you shoot them in the back or shoot them anywhere in that area, it's and I'm saying this like I really don't want that it to come to that, but we're at the point now. You're thinking about kids; they're not even authorized to have weapons. So
Correct.
what are we saying? We're saying that we're a society that um, knows no bounds, and kids, even my senior year, we had somebody get murdered right there, right in front of the. We were letting out right in front of the where they hoist the flag. So that was 30 something years ago, and it's nothing new, man. It just and it's wild, man. It's wild. I've seen some stuff, and been privy to some stuff. It's just wow, man. And I'm gonna get off this subject, but it's just crazy the ebbs and flows of how life being snuffed out senselessly, and folks are not they're not they don't even care, man.
Yeah, it was
Growing up, I had a homie. I had a big homie that was like, because everybody like, I got so much when it comes to gun violence I could discuss. But let me, I just, how do I even segue in? I'm not going to segue in. I'm going to jump in. There was a homie that told us, don't carry your gun. And then our, as a youngster, we was like, why? And he said, because you'll use it. That was his response. He said, don't carry it. And we were like, what are you talking about? Don't carry it. You know what I'm saying? Like, why? And he was like, because you'll use it. And the thing, I guess his whole ideology, this is in the 80s, and his whole idea was the psychology of human beings and the bravado that you get when you have a firearm. And I think this is part of the reason why a lot of people are trying to get people to ban guns and whatnot, is because you get this false sense of security and shit when you got a firearm on your side. Especially when you're untrained, you have no, law enforcement background, you have no military background, you have no security background. You didn't take any courses. All you got is just the street homies, and you shoot your shit sideways, right? He was like, yo, he was like, yo, if you guys carry that motherfucker around, you're gonna find a reason to use it. You're gonna use it for some reason. And he was a big OG, so we was like, all right, cool. So we did, a lot of us was like, all right, cool. And some of us made it through, some of us didn't. But the point is, a lot of people that get these guns and they feel a certain way, and then if you're still young and you're not developed, and you still got a whole lot of living and growing up to do, and brain development to make, you fucking, and you don't got nobody to guide you. And if you do
Correct.
got a guider, he's a fucking he ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? If you got the wrong motherfucker to guide you, damn. And that's why I asked DB, like, damn, was it black? And DB was like, what you think?
Yeah,
Right.
absolutely, absolutely.
What you think?
What was you gonna say,
Chris,
Shaheed?
multivitamin, men's,
I'm kind of like really ready to
CoQ10.
get off this topic, but it was just a random young cat just going around killing innocent people. I think yesterday in Memphis on
Yeah,
live on
Yeah,
Facebook.
I saw that.
And it was wild.
What?
I thought it was because it was on Facebook Live or something. So I thought it was just some random like. But then I saw it on national news. Like, oh, it was serious. Like,
yeah, and he was cheesing the whole time, man.
yeah,
What was he
that
doing? Just walking around shooting people point blank or
He was in
something?
his car.
Yeah,
driving. He was
He
just
was in
driving.
his car on Facebook Live, and he was like, he had it in his hand. He was shooting out the window, and he was saying wherever he was gonna go, that's what he was gonna shoot at.
He was talking about how like his ops don't really be laying down, like how he a real killer and blah blah blah. He was just going around killing people.
And
yeah.
he's dead now.
No, they
Yeah,
No,
got
he's in custody.
they took him. He's smiling in all his mug shots and behind
like this.
in the back of the police vehicle. Like it's a real sick, psychotic, like mental health disorder with him. You could tell. Like but it was disgusting to look at.
So
And you just let me guess, black guy.
yes.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So one more thing I want to add to this. On his Facebook post, he references Ezekiel 9 verses 5 through 7. His name is Ezekiel. And if you read the scripture, let me just read it, man, because
Is that it's time a time to build, a time to plan, a time to die?
no, that's in Ecclesiastes. But let me read this to you.
I knew it was one of those E's. Look, I will profess I'm a man of the cloth, but I don't know every scripture. But go ahead, DB.
He uses as his stepping stone for this. Ezekiel 9 verse 5 through 7. As I listened, he said to the others, follow him through the city and kill without showing pity or compassion. Slaughter the old men, the young men, and the women, the mothers, the children, but do not touch anyone who has the mark. Begin at my sanctuary. I'm not going to read all of that, but I'm just telling you, he used, and the irony of this whole thing is he started this September the 9th month. The day is the 8th. The days was 5 through 7. So I'm telling you, some sick people out here, man.
That's what's a trip about the Bible, man. How people can, it's all about. Remember, how everybody talks about it's interpretation. It's interpretation, and how people can interpret something to be good.
Yeah.
And they can read the Bible and interpret it to be evil, and it depends on who's reading it. It depends on who's reading the scripture. So he looked at that and said, "Oh, so the Bible's telling me to eliminate motherfuckers that doesn't have the mark. Well, y'all ain't got the mark. Ain't nobody in my city got the mark."
Absolutely.
So, go ahead, EB.
The last thing, his name is Ezekiel. So it's like the word came to him and told him to go out here and kill somebody randomly. Just walk the streets and start shooting people up, and that's what he did. And he in the back of the squad car like this. After they caught him.
My only comment in reference to the Bible and interpretation, because when I was 20 years ago, I studied the Bible, right? And I studied it with some pretty in depth. I didn't go into like all of the breaking down of the words, but more so just the scriptures that were there, right? And one of the things that I learned in studying the Bible is that the only thing that can prove scripture is scripture, right? So what people say and how people interpret it, if they're not backing that up with another scripture to prove what they're saying, then they are using their own interpretation, and that's where the wrong actually comes in. So like this particular situation where a guy, the Bible's, go and kill people, right? So if you look at another scripture, let's just take, the commandments. The Bible says, "Thou shalt not kill." So, there it is, right? Scripture proving scripture. So that negates, and some people utilize it. And it's not just the Bible; it's literally everything. But in this instance, I'll focus on it because since that's our topic there. That people will utilize whatever they want to and turn it to be whatever, they can use it for good and use it for bad, so I get it. I mean, if you're out there and you're reading Think and Grow Rich, right? You're reading the Bible, you're reading, To Love, right? You're reading anything. One thing that you ought know is that your interpretation of it can go left or right. It can go good or bad, depending on which direction you try to go in. And I would just be quite careful as to what you do in reference to your interpretation. Take a moment, pause, think, breathe, stretch, shake, let it go. Breathe, stretch, shake. Sorry, I'm hopefully they don't get us banned. That was me singing that. What's the name?
Oh, they not gonna ban. That's what that means.
Rob, we can hear you, right?
Yeah.
Your audio is always sitting us, Robert. Oh, 1 second, fellas. I think I'm gonna get a guest in here.
That was an interesting
Anytime
way
we
to start.
start talking gun violence,
What is that in the background? Is that a floppy hat?
Yeah, I'm in LA right now. I don't got
That's your hat, Shahid?
Nah, I don't got my Okay, I don't got my setup.
He said
Who
you wear that
who
when you
who
go
wears that?
to Friday.
Whose hat is that?
That's my girl's sundress hat.
Okay.
Yeah, man, that's the hat they go to the beach in.
Now she actually won like a tea party or something with that hat. Yeah, that's her little. It's her setup right here.
Oh, okay, that's what's up. I
Yeah,
love it. Hey, you know what's really crazy? Is that bed like a teal? Is that a bed? Is that a bed frame
mhm.
behind you? Is it like a teal color?
Nah, it's navy
Is
blue.
it, you said navy?
Yeah,
Oh, okay. So I was gonna say my ex girlfriend bed is like that same, almost that same type of frame that same green, but hers is green though. I'm like, yeah, she got to get rid of that bed. I don't want to ever see it again. Don't FaceTime me, nothing. No, I'm just playing. Man, yeah, women love those hats though, man. I mean, those little, it's all big, it's floppy, it's Robert, you need to turn your camera. So I guess Wes not coming because he ain't, he ain't got nobody to save today.
Mm-mm. We don't have no callers. We don't have no callers, and
No, I was working on work. I'm actually working on one right now.
if don't
Um,
anybody call in, we can end the show. I don't mind.
hey, I'm fine with that too.
except
We can't
for
be perfect. We can't be perfect. For we was perfect for a whole year. We can't be.
We will
We
be
gonna miss one.
perfect. Mm-mm,
We can miss 1 week of perfection,
mm-mm.
ladies. If no ladies have any questions for us this evening, we
I'll be right
will.
back. Give me 30
We
seconds.
can.
See if
We
I can
can
get
bid
get
you
that caller
adieu.
in.
We can bid you adieu.
Been working on my Spanish, listening to the phone call. I don't even, I don't even know if I really. I've been doing that Duolingo, trying to get my skills up. So when I travel abroad, I'm gonna be able to fit right in. This has been a strange week, man. A lot of famous people gone, man. Just rolled up out of here.
Um, my caller is calling in. Hold on 1 second. Is there somebody in the green room, Chan?
Yeah, the connection is bad. Oh, it just got good. Let's welcome Zoel. Let's see.
Zoe.
Zoel.
Yeah. Welcome, Murphy. Can you hear me okay? If you are talking, you are on mute. There is there was video. There is audio. No, we cannot hear you.
Mm-mm.
Are you on your iPhone?
What up,
What's the
Zoe?
little trick, Shannon, to turn off noise suppression?
No, it ain't that. He just is we
Is
don't
he
hear
muted?
anything at all. No, he's not muted.
Can
Zoe,
you
go
hear?
to
Can
us.
you hear
Go
me?
to the settings. Go to the settings and check the audio. Make sure your mic is set and everything is good.
So the irony is, Zola and I have been friends for 25 years, um, and he works for the police department. Um, so I don't know if he wanted to chime in on that particular comment or that particular conversation, because he hate perps. That's one of his favorite sayings. Zoe, can you hear me? Okay? Did you fix your audio? Check my phone.
Wow, man, we can't still can't get out the gate. And they still got drama going on.
Mm, mm. Shannon, he gonna try to switch over to the laptop.
All right.
He's actually the person that told me to get to purchase a gun. He's also the person that taught me how to shoot. And is willing to teach my children how to use a weapon to safe with gun safety and all of that. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so um,
Yeah, it's good advice.
yeah,
If you
um,
ask me.
he gets on my nerves sometimes, but that's okay.
Uh, call that.
After 25 years, I think he's earned the right to get on my nerves.
I think they
So
call
Hey,
that reaping what
Chris,
you sow.
in your opinion, what age do you think is good to start teaching your kids about gun safety and whatnot? To me, in general,
10,
yeah,
10.
general safety is always good, but 10,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I'm contemplating
I think I
over
think
my
at I
oldest.
think at 8 you are still um you're in third grade at 8, right? I mean, I know, I mean, all his kids know early because he works for the police force. But um um for me, I would have wanted my kids to learn at 10, only because I didn't purchase my first weapon until 3 years ago, after my divorce. So my ex-wife never wanted me to have one. Um, in the house or at all. And I'm just like, I don't know how I feel about that. But to acquiesce, right, for the sake of the relationship, I decided, not to get one. But once we got divorced, you know, that was a whole other story. I was much younger, not as um I think I caved more. Well, I won't say I caved more when I was married. And I just tried to keep the peace when I was married. But now I know, it's my position to protect and to provide and to make sure that I keep that. I didn't learn that at 25. I didn't learn it until I turned 36, a few short years ago. So, and that was, I mean, I knew to protect my household, but it's just a bunch of stuff that I didn't learn that, the last 5 years, 6 years of my relationship of dating, um, have and growing have taught me so much, way more than I've known in the first 36 years of my life. So
Yeah,
So
I've been
you
debating
said you acquiesced instead of placated.
you said what?
I said so. You said it was acquiescence instead of placation.
Um, yeah, I'm gonna use that word. Um,
I get it. See, acquiescence mean that you had some resistance in there. Placating,
yeah, Yeah,
Like,
I mean, I'm not just appeasing her doing whatever she say. I wouldn't push over. I mean, we argued. I mean, and Zola tell you, once he jumps back in, we argued a lot. Part of the reason why we ended in divorce is because we argued so much. Um, I will tell you also, it it is very difficult for me to date someone who won't listen. And I was also someone who didn't listen. So you got two people who don't want to listen, two people who think they're in charge, and so you're just butting heads, and and again, you got to think we were married at 20. I was married at 22. She was married at 20. Um, can you hear me, Murphy?
I can. Can you hear me now?
Yes, you
Okay,
finally
there
got
it
your
is.
stuff together.
Yeah, well, I had to go and get off my iPhone, but I think I got it.
Great. Where's Thank you. Yeah, we don't want to see you. Anyways, welcome, Zoe, and I'm sure she'll join us soon to ask a black man anything. How do you want to join the conversation?
Welcome. I'm just now coming back. Thank you for the welcome. I'm just now coming back to the computer screen, so I'm ticking into the conversation. The last thing that I heard from you all was gun talk, and then I started having technical difficulty. So you have to forgive me. I got behind.
That's okay. That's okay. Did you? What question did you want to ask us, or how do you want to join the conversation?
What was the
Any part of it.
what was the last part? Because I didn't want to tip in at the wrong point in time because
Robert
you know.
asked me, what age would I feel comfortable having teaching my kids gun safety?
Okay.
Um, so I'll let you jump in there. What age did you? Well, you can introduce yourself, like 10 seconds introduction.
Okay. Um, my name is Zoel Murphy. Thank you, first of all, thank you for having me on the program. My name is Zoel Murphy. Chris, I don't know if he had given any background, but he and I have been friends for the better part of probably 26 years at this point in time. We came into Morehouse together as freshmen. And so I'd known about the program for some time. My wife and I will tip in it from time to time and tune into you guys. So I appreciate the work that you're doing. Um, Gun safety and age. I'll make that one super quick. I started my kids young. We have a lot of guns, and I wanted to make sure that they were acclimated with how to use everything and that they felt comfortable with everything. And so I started teaching the children when they were 5, 6, and 7 how to break down AR-15s, how to have gun safety in terms of weapon discipline, trigger discipline, and we started on Nerf guns. And then once we got done with Nerf guns, we graduated to BB guns. And once we graduated from BB guns, and I saw that the kids were being safe and that they knew how to keep the muzzle pointed down and fingers off the triggers and safeties on, then we graduated to firearms. So my baby started shooting when she was about 5 or 6. And so my recommendation is for children to start as young as possible, as long as you're able to safely teach them. And another thing about that is it does take the mystery out of it at all. Now, if you leave a gun on the table and they have no idea what it is, they might be like, Dad, what's that? Or if you're not there could be a dangerous situation. But I'm a big proponent of teaching, and it takes the mystery out of it, because it's a tool, just like a hammer. And the same way as you wouldn't let your 5-year-old use a drill by herself or himself, I think it's good to start getting them acclimated to firearm safety at a young age, because it's only going to make them more competent with it.
And
Okay,
why do you
so
have so many
couple
guns?
questions.
Okay.
Why do you have so many guns?
That's not a fair question. It's more like an illness. It's kind of like, why do you have so much money? Or why do you have so much, I don't know. Why do you have so much cologne? I don't know, my brother. Like, I like to
What is your
collect guns. I
profession? Let's
like,
go there.
what?
What is your profession?
Why are you going to do this on the show? I'm
Just
in
answer
Atlanta.
the damn question. Give context.
I'm an Atlanta police sergeant. I've been working in law enforcement for the last 18 years. Had the opportunity. He said introduce myself. I thought he said introduce me, not what I do. But nonetheless, here we are. I've been working for the city of Atlanta Police Department for the last 18 years. I've been on Red Dog. I've been on SWAT. I've had an opportunity to work gangs, plainclothes unit. And but when I go outside, I just want to be Zoe. I just want to be regular 43-year-old me with grays in his beard and a normal person for as long as I can. But thank you for outing me.
Zoe, may I ask you a question?
Of course, brother.
Could it be that once you get your first firearm, your first weapon, and you've used it, does your fascination get a little bit more? You know where I'm going at with this, because I started with one and ended up with I'm thinking about not double digits, but I'm getting up there.
You're in the right spot, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unhealthy.
When does it become unhealthy, though? You know what I'm saying? Like, what is there a threshold for too many guns? Like, I don't see that being problematic unless
I don't.
it's interfering with something else.
If it's a collector's situation, you know what I'm saying, then no. If it's an obsession, then potentially yes. And you know what I'm saying? So, even cologne, if you're a collector of cologne because you love various scents and you know what I'm saying, and you like the fact that this cologne gives this cologne is used for this situation and this cologne is used for that situation. And when I go to this location or when I'm traveling, I like to have this one, or this one gives off a sense of authority when I'm in a particular meeting. This one right here makes women fucking moist. This is why I like these many. This is why I have that many different colognes instead of just 3, right?
Okay, right.
But then if you got somebody that just gets the same cologne over and over again, and there's really no difference between this one and that one,
right?
And you got 5 colognes of the same thing,
right?
And you just got a shit ton of cologne. And it's like, dog, why? Okay, I could. What's going on with all? You got a whole closet, a whole pantry of colognes. What's going on? I love to, but this is the same as that. Well,
Rawls. Think about us. We're prior military, right?
Yeah.
What's the most famous cologne that most dudes wore back in the middle to late 80s, early 90s?
Cool Water.
That
Old
was
Spice.
Curve.
And the other one, the one that everybody overlooks is Dracar Noir.
Dracar Noir, the black bottle.
Yep.
Fair. Yes.
So I've seen dudes go through that in a month and be back at it.
I would suggest that the only difference between colognes, because at the end of the day, your lady is going to like the way you smell,
right?
Likely, anyway.
Right.
I like the functionality of guns. I like the ones with scopes on them that I could shoot at 300 yards.
Mm-hmm.
I like the ones with silencers on them that I could shoot out of my back window and my neighbors won't know.
Mm-hmm.
I like the ones that are class 3. I like the ones that are white. Okay,
I don't want to interrupt you, but see, that's the thing about it. So let me touch on one. I like the one with silencers that I could shoot out my back door that my neighbors won't hear.
Correct. I live in the country. So can we talk about cultural shift? For me, for me to be out in the country, right, and my neighbors are 150 yards away, there's a different dynamic there, right? As opposed to me being in the city and being a nuisance. So if I want to shoot a phone book or a stack of Legos or an old TV 60 yards out at the edge of my property, and Chris knows, he's been out there, he knows that where we are, we had a little bit more space and we would shoot. Now, my wife and I have since moved. But the hobby, nonetheless, is no different from lifting weights or going to a rage room. Like, how are we as Black men supposed to blow off steam? because we have been stigmatized to be away from guns. Honestly, I don't know about. I can't say I don't know about you guys. I don't know where everybody is from, but I'm looking at the graybeards in this group. Y'all have had similar experiences to me. Have y'all not been kind of brought up to be like, we don't fuck with guns. That's not. I'm sorry. Can I curse on the show? Can I say first? Can I say fuck?
Oh yeah, fuck shit, damn bitch, hoe,
Dick
pussy,
ass. Okay,
dick.
good. Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right. So, yo, I don't know
Just
about
don't
y'all.
talk about the community, and the captain won't come and save him. Save the community.
What community?
No, it's an inside joke. He's just fucking with you. Go ahead,
Oh,
continue.
okay. Yeah. Right. So, but we were there. There was a stigma. I know, for me at least, growing up. Whereas black men, what guns are not for us. We were raised to because if the police come in contact with us, and that's a whole other subject. But if the police come in contact with us, we are more likely to get hurt, right?
Yeah.
Or if we're out in public because we have no emotional control over ourselves, that we are not to have guns because we'll fuck up and do something crazy.
Yeah, but our very presence is a threat. So imagine having a firearm, a weapon with you, and and like I was telling my nephew, he wanted to come over and shoot a video down in my theater room, and he wanted to use my weapons. I said, see, if I let you do that, then you shoot a video. Now you're opening yourself up to a whole different world, and people are going to run up on you and expect you to have weapons that you don't even own.
So what do we do then, brother? Like, do we put ourselves in a position of continuing to be behind the eight ball because white boys don't have these conversations with their sons?
But see,
They don't have to.
Don't know what that was. I
he
have a
said the
feeling
magic.
I know who it was.
He said the magic word. The white dudes. But no, seriously. One thing I had to give my nephew a history lesson, regarding the Second Amendment and uh, why it's diametrically opposed to us as black people. And even though it gives people the right to bear arms, a lot of people don't know why the Second Amendment was actually enacted. And it was to hunt us down, to form militias and hunt us down. So we as black men need to educate black younger men and with that first, so that they can understand when you enter into this realm legally, not illegally, but legally, you have a certain burden that a threshold that you have to cross, that other folks, I'm gonna just say other folks, really they don't have to, because the laws weren't written for us, it was written for them.
Can I piggyback on what you said?
Yeah.
I
The
just want to know
second
where Brittany is.
upstairs washing her hair and singing right now.
Okay.
Who?
Tell her I would like to say hello.
My wife. We're newlyweds, and he's asking about my wife. Chris has been
I
at
was going
all
to
of my
ask you about that. I was going to ask that, but okay, because I want to come back to the wife part. So go ahead.
the only point I wanted to make to piggyback on the brother DB. I'm new to the podcast, so I'm learning you guys. The Second Amendment was less instituted to come and find me and you and our sons, more so put in place to protect you from me. The Second Amendment was from the get-go an institution that was not made for black men, period, because we weren't allowed to own guns, so we weren't even included in that construct. And the second part of it was that when I say me, I mean me as a representative of government becoming too big and too powerful. Because you, as an American citizen, not you as a black man, because that's different,
Yeah.
but you as an American citizen were to be able to take up arms so that I, as a instrument of government, did not become too powerful and come and start to take from you. right? So
Right.
those guns were not meant to protect you from anybody who looks like any of the brothers on this panel.
Right.
It was not meant to protect you from the white man.
Mm-hmm.
It was meant to protect us from me doing too, and literally me doing too much, coming in your house and taking your stuff without permission, without a warrant, without probable cause. It was to protect for people from government, and we lost that. And even further, especially for black men, it never applied to us.
Right.
It was never forced, which is why when you go out and people see that little bulge in your shirt, you are like, do you know, since I've been a police officer, I've had the police call to me 11 times.
Damn.
Just for being black outside.
That's actually pretty common for like black officers. Like my brother was an officer. He had his home raided like twice as an officer.
It's crazy.
Did you say raided?
Yeah, well, not like raided, but like they went in, they entered into his home. Like, one time was like they say it was like a mistaken identity, and then the other time he was this was when he was on army base.
Did he get swatted? Did someone call and say, hey, there's something crazy happened here? You know what I mean by swatted, when somebody calls to
No, I don't think it was SWAT. I think it was just like he wasn't home though. It was always when he wasn't at home, like something like that. But it was crazy. He resigned from Phoenix PD because it was just like he just wasn't feeling it.
How long was he an officer, if you don't mind me asking?
Before like all that started to happen, probably only about 5-6 years. He probably did about 10, I think.
How long did it take him to see the bullshit in law enforcement?
About 4.
It don't take long. If you're paying attention, it don't take long. And was he in the department with other black people, or was he a minority?
I know. Yeah. I know a lot of black men that have been on, like friend of the family. I had like a kind of like a cousin. And he resigned from LAPD. I know a lot of black men that just like, yeah, this shit ain't for me. You know what I mean? Like they get in and they're like, nah, I'm cool.
Can I keep it a buck with y'all? We're exiting this shit like gangbusters for a number of reasons that I do not mind sharing if people have questions about it, but I don't want to get off topic because I'm a guest.
For my brother, like, he got into a shootout with a suspect. And I think at that point,
on duty,
yeah, I think at that point he was just like, you know, I'm putting my life on the line for shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, for what?
That's a smart man. That's a smart man. Do you want me to? I'm going to say something that may come back and bite me later, but I'll go ahead and tell y'all.
Before you say it, the internet is forever.
Yeah,
yes, it is.
We don't want you. You got to feed your family, man.
I got to feed my family, but I'm also going to be honest with my brother, and I know the venue, man.
The internet is forever.
It is forever. I'm not going to say anything.
Maybe you
crazy.
should text me first, and then let me see if you text it to me first. Run it through Brittany and see what she says.
You'll be glad that I said this. I'm not gonna, and it's not.
Is it? Will Brittany approve?
Yeah, she'll approve
on live channel.
I'm live. The whole world is watching right now. Do you want to hear this or do you not?
No, not really. I want to. Go ahead. I don't think you should though.
People are not entirely wrong about what they think about law enforcement. They're a little bit wrong in some things, but they're not entirely wrong. The one thing that they are right about, and I've seen this, is that my existence as a police officer is here to make people in power more comfortable. Now, I said that real careful because the internet is forever. But we know what I'm talking about. My job is not to keep you safe. My job is not to prevent crime. It's not even a little bit. My job is to keep people who are in the power structure, and we know who those people are, as comfortable as possible and at all costs. And when I can, I'll come back later and I'll elaborate if you want me to elaborate, but I will tell you that now. And that is the job of every black man in this profession.
Yeah, I feel you, brother, I read between lines as clear as if they were lines themselves. Here's a question for you. I have a question for you, and this is what a lot of black men, black women that's married to black men will want to know. And before I get there, let me ask you a question. Now, you mentioned that you're a newlywed. Are your children from your wife or your children from a previous relationship?
So my children are from a previous relationship, and I was married for 20 years. Chris was at my first wedding, and he was at my second engagement. And
Okay,
you know, one of the benefits of having longtime friends. But my new relationship has been going on for about 2 years, and then we got engaged on May 24th, and then
cool,
married shortly thereafter. We went to the Caribbean and did our vows floating in the
cool.
in the ocean. Yeah,
Was your first
And I
wife
didn't ask
or
him to
your
say that,
current?
just for the record.
I know. Was
yeah.
your
I
first wife
didn't.
or your
I
was your first wife or your current wife in law enforcement as well?
No. She was a student when I met her, and then she graduated from college, and then we got married. I got married young, too young,
Got you. So
and
here's the
then we were
question:
for 20 years.
Have you have you experienced any pushback from previous wife or current wife with the children?
Sorry.
I'm I'm sorry, I
I already
wasn't
know
laughing
the
at you.
answer. I
When
already
you
know the answer.
Me and Chris laughed at the same time, not at your question, but at the degree of pushback that's been occurring in general. I'm sorry. Please continue, brother.
I'm just curious. Have your previous wife or current have you received any level of pushback with the children being involved in the firearms um what word
Training.
am I looking for?
Training.
Not just
So
training, but culture that you've instituted in your household.
they let me not they them. Everyone's individual. My first wife was nervous about it, but understood that I had I had a different experience, right? A lot of brothers who come through law enforcement go through mandate, and they might take a little bit of outside training, and then they're done. But they may fancy themselves like experts. And you see these guys popping up online. They've got ponytails and long mustaches and tactical pants and shirts, and they look real official, but they don't know what they're talking about. Um, and so, but my experience was different. I had a chance to be involved in units that were highly trained and heavily involved in real world stuff. And so when it came down to training the kids, I didn't get any pushback from my first wife. And for what it's worth, my second wife was an officer when I met her, and to this day sleeps with two Smith and Wessons under the bed, a pistol under the pillow, and a machine gun under the bed. So, and that's her shit. Um, and I'm not. I said machine gun. It's not a machine gun. It's one of those binary rifles. But that is her gun and her silencer and her stuff, and she's happy with it. So the answer to your question is no. I haven't gotten any pushback from the wives when it comes down to teaching the kids.
Okay. And then my next question is the question of the night, actually.
Oh, there's
Um,
comments on this thing. I'm sorry. I'm
um,
sorry. Go ahead.
my question to you is, do you believe that all black men in America should own a gun?
Unequivocally, no, and unequivocally, yes. That's a good question. Ooh. Okay. So yes. Can I give you the yes and the no of both?
Oh, we want to hear both sides.
I'm gonna give you the no first, just to get rid of the negative, so I can follow up with what I believe in. I can't say all black men should own a gun because y'all know that we have people in our community that don't have any business whatsoever with a firearm, right? Like keeping in the buck. Aren't there cats that you know that you like and that you fuck with, but you would not really want to have a gun if things went south? I know I do. They're in my family. They're in my friend groups.
Absolutely.
So not all black men, because some of us have mental illness. Some of us are felons, like my family members. And some of those motherfuckers shoot people. I've got cousins that should never own guns, and I love them to death, but they shouldn't because they have poor emotional control. So we can't say every black man, right? But if I may say, for every black man who is not suffering from mental illness, from every black man who is not a convicted felon with poor impulse control, every other one, yes, every single one, we should be cognizant of the Second Amendment. We need to know our rights in our respective states. We should be armed. We should carry our guns. Chris, am I telling them anything I haven't said to you?
Wait, what?
I said, am I telling them anything I haven't said to you in the last 26 years? Not
Yes, everything
18
you said you've never told me before.
This is new to you too? Because I
Yeah,
feel like I've said it.
Yeah, he's lying to you all, just for the record.
I'm new to social media and fame, and not fame. What do you call it? Internet thing. This is new to me. I've never been on a podcast before. I like coming on and talking to black men, and I like talking to black men about gun rights. So I'm gonna press through it. I'm gonna keep it short. At the end of the day, if you are not fucked up, crazy, or one of those people with poor emotional control, black man, arm yourself. Grab a gun. Get training. Don't just get a gun. If you get a gun and then go to a class by some ponytail fucktard in the middle of the week, you're not going to know how to use your gun. And just because you put 100 yard or 100 rounds a month down range, that doesn't mean you're ready for the fight. You can't learn how to shoot. We have to learn how to fight, how to think. We have to learn law. We have to learn criminal procedure. We have to know everything and be 10 steps ahead of the game, because by the time I show up, if you look like some untrained coon, you are going to probably go to jail, even if you're right.
I'm trying not to laugh.
I'm sorry, man.
I'm trying not to laugh. He is putting it down, bro, but it's funny. I'm telling you.
Chris, am I doing too much?
No.
Nope.
We have to be better, because the standard does not apply equally no matter what y'all think. It's not. I don't care what your educational background is. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why I know is because when I have had guns pointed at me as someone who knows his father, it feels some kind of way. It doesn't feel good to have guns pointed at you and you're a cop and you're sitting there like, I don't know him. The officer pointing the gun at me. And he shouldn't be pointing a gun at me. But I could send one through his eyes right now and be justified because he is off the rails. Or should I wait and trust that he's not going to kill me? So guess what? I don't have a different experience from y'all on the side of the highway.
So, but see, that's part of your career. So here, let me ask you a question. And don't get me wrong, I'm just asking questions for the audience because I'm military and I got a bunch of guns in another room. But let me just ask. So let's, notwithstanding crazy folk and people who want to who intend to do harm. We're not talking about criminals, and we're not talking about those that have mental health issues. We're talking about regular, sane people. You saying everybody should own one?
Every black man should own a gun. Every black man should own a gun. And the reason, I'm sorry, I apologize.
No, because you're getting ready to go into the yes now. So you explain the no, and the no kind of went without saying. No folk that need mental, that's not all there, and no folk that's out there trying to rob.
Right.
But everybody that's contributing to society, upwardly mobile, intelligent, should own a gun if they're a black man. And now I want to hear the yes in that, because you said that as a blanket. You said that as a blanket statement.
Very
you
blanket.
Didn't say if they live in a particular area. You didn't say if they were a particular age. You didn't say if they work a particular job. You simply said if you ain't crazy and you ain't a crook, you need a gun. I like to hear the yes on that.
Yeah, the other part of that is very simple. I do not care if you live in the middle of the worst neighborhood in America. You as a black man should arm yourself, period, because there are too many factors in this world that will kill you, get away with it, including me, that's not okay.
You know that played out up in Minnesota on
I'm not talking about me, Zoe Murphy. You know what I mean? Me,
yeah,
meaning, you know what I'm
that
saying?
that played out. That, that played out. That played out in Minnesota with the Philando Castile situation.
That guy should have been locked up. That guy should have been locked up. We are learning so many things about police corruption now, right? Breonna Taylor, law enforcement sat back and told y'all, well, it was just her boyfriend, wrong place, wrong time. She shouldn't have been with a drug dealer, blah, blah, blah. And then what happened? We looked up months later and found out that the police were lying. Well, no shit. People will lie in order to preserve their way of life. They'll lie in order to, God, I didn't want to go into this diatribe on your show. If y'all want truth, I'll give you truth. This is on account of my relationship with Chris and at his permission only. And because of the fact that I've been wanting to talk about some of these things for some time.
But we want to hear it, Chris. Give him the green light, Chris.
Yeah.
I can't do nothing without the green light from that man.
Okay, then no, you don't have it.
Just be mindful of your career.
Somebody ask a different question. I'm gonna put my.
No, so the only thing is, I want to make sure that of course, you want to make sure that you are aware of the repercussions. Like we tell our kids all the time, your actions have consequences. So
I'm more than aware of this. I've shot 2 documentaries talking about this stuff that are in the pending. So this is new info to go live as a black man on social media and talk about some things on both sides of the coin, from law enforcement and the black man. I don't know if this was the topic of the episode. I don't know. I intended to tune in. I intended to tune in and listen until Chris was texting me like, log in. This is a topic. So I was like, well, here I am. And but I
really was just trying to get Brittany on the show so I can say hi to her. Because
Brittany, baby,
I don't care about
I'll bring her down.
She's a former officer. Oh, Shan, you would love this. How old are you, Murphy?
43.
How old is Brittany?
You gonna do this live right now?
I am. I am. How old is Brittany?
Why don't you tell them?
Nope, because she's not my wife.
Brittany just turned 29.
Oh, that's nothing.
And
hypergamy at its best.
And
it works. That's because I'm 50, and I advocate for brothers to date women who are fit, feminine, friendly, faithful, and fun. And typically, older women don't meet that criteria. You can find it in a younger woman. I don't have any problem with a 50-year-old brother dating a 22-year-old woman, as long as she has the mental capacity to be able to communicate and talk to that brother on a level that entices a wonderful relationship between the two. And I've always been an advocate for that. Everybody that gives me pushback on that, I bring smoke to them. So 29 and 43, that's only 14 years. Chris, I'm talking 20 years spreads.
Oh, man.
That's not the biggest age gap that I have engaged.
We're not going to. No. You would know. You would not.
I like
this.
What'd you say, Rob?
Keep your household and family in mind. You might not want to.
No. So here's the thing. So Brittany is aware of all of his previous shenanigans.
Every single shenanigan.
And
he don't do secrets.
So
you a hoe? No, a hoe?
No. Not no more. Not no more.
So
you a reformed hoe. Zoe used to take him. He was clapping cheeks back in the day, and Brittany came and slowed him down. All right.
By back in the day, do you mean like a couple of years ago? Don't trust the police. We are not good people. No, let's talk about me, Zoe Murphy. No, I'm not. No, yeah, I was clapping cheeks back in the day, and went through a late "Who am I" stage, whereas I needed to try to date to figure out what I liked. But it was late for me. It was late in the game. I was married for a long time. I
See?
didn't.
We got married. Oh, just FYI, we got married like
Too fast.
10. How many days are in June? 30. So 18
30,
days apart.
18 days apart,
And
and
would have both been married 20 years this year had we both stayed married. So like our families grew up together so like me knowing his wife, and I felt like he needed my approval in order to get married. And although he didn't, I liked her most of all of the ones that he dated. Um
wait, say that
and
again.
I liked her most.
You like Brittany most?
Yes.
She will like she. I think that will mean a lot to her to hear
But
you.
she knows that though. I told her that.
I know, but I think thank you. I appreciate that. Go ahead.
And because there was the whole age gap thing. I wasn't.
Chris ain't feeling the age gap thing.
Chris
No,
likes
but see,
Chris likes
A
older
year ago,
women.
when we started this show, our episode number 1.
yes, that is
Go.
very true.
Today is episode 55. No, I'm sorry. Today is
56.
episode 56. That is today's episode. Episode number 1 was older men and younger women maximum age gap.
And a woman asked us what is our gap? What is our gap? Right?
Number
What is our like? It
Don't
was
us
like
the thing. Don't us the thing. Like what ask you?
no. They asked everybody on the panel what our
The
gap
panel.
was, and my gap is like 32 to like my current age, right?
He was like, yeah, like, and that was a stretch because I think
Wait,
he was
what?
more like
Yeah,
5 years.
because 32
He
is
was
a
like 5
stretch.
years.
32?
At the time, I think you was almost like 32.
Hold on.
It
Yep.
wasn't like, okay, cool, solid 32. Because last year, this time you was what? 40 years
41.
old or 41?
41.
Yeah. You was thinking like 38.
Yep.
I'm like,
That's
you know what I'm
that's my
saying?
comfort zone.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. 32 was like a stretch goal and shit. Like, all right, I think I could tolerate it if she act a little this, that, and the other. But I've been working on them, Zoe. I've been working on them for
Thank
a year.
you, man. Thank you.
I've
Listen,
been working
I'm
on these
still not
brothers for a
breaking.
year. It's been
let me
all
I'll
of
break
them.
myself.
All of them. DB included. I'm trying DB included. I'm trying to keep Robert low, and I want Shaheed to go under 30. Shaheed want to date chicks his age. I'm telling that's a bad deal. I want Shaheed to drop below the 20s, right? But the younger one's a little harder to work on. But Chris, I think, is coming around. But it's taking me a year. It's going to be another year or so to get to Shaheed and Robert and the rest of them.
Everyone's asking for you right now.
We'll see.
I'm listening to you. Huh?
Yeah, so I could not go. Oh God. Like you so here's the thing. In order for me to do
29, 26, 27.
You
In
like
order-
old women, bro. I'm
for your
sorry.
42-year-old ass to do a 27-year-old woman. Date
do
her
you
seriously.
know what it would
fall in
take for
love
me to
with
do
her,
that?
potentially
Do you
marry
know
her.
what it- Hold on a second. Can we? I don't mean to be rude, Chris.
I know
you've
we
been
talking
asking-
about guns, but
I'm not talking
Here's
about
the thing.
guns.
She cannot desire children. Like she can like
say she got kids. There's a
Wait,
whole lot
wait,
of 27-year-olds with babies.
check this out. Here's the thing.
What?
So here's the
The
thing.
answer is
No.
date.
April Mason's daughter is 27 and has
Okay,
3
holla at her daughter.
kids.
Okay, she don't want no more.
I know
And if
she
she's
doesn't.
single, if she's
But-
single and she running to you saying, "Oh, I can't fuck with you. You too."
I got her
young."
phone number. I got her phone number.
I get
You
it, but
like
that
old
doesn't
women.
matter. You're not gonna
You
use
I
like
like
that.
older women,
She's
not
No.
older.
You like old women. Hold on before we go, because she's doing her hair right now, and
Look at that beautiful young woman, fit, feminine, friendly, faithful, and fun.
Thank you.
Fit, feminine, friendly, faithful, and fun. I don't have an age limit. I will date a woman who's 50. I will date a woman who is 45. I will date a woman who is 35. I will date a woman who is 30. I will date a
This is
woman who's
what it is.
25. I have a requirement.
Give
And
me
my
30 more seconds.
requirement is that the woman must be fit, feminine, friendly, faithful, and fun. Now we get into possibilities versus probabilities. What's the probability? Because men don't deal with possibilities. That's a woman's thing. We deal with probables. We do mathematics. What's the probability of me finding a woman my age, 50, who graduated high school in 1989, that she is fit, feminine, friendly, meaning cooperative, submissive, all the wonderful things we need, faithful and fun? It's slim to none. Now there's ones out there, but they're typically already snatched up. Somebody saw her and was like, "Oh, I got to take her off the market." So what am I to do? What am I to do? I got to do what my man Zoe do. Chris, you need to come around. Now, you telling me you know April Mason's daughter. She's 26 years old, 27 or
20,
whatever.
28.
She has
She's
3
already
children.
married. She's already off the
Let's
market.
talk in hypothetics now. Let's say she's single and she's 27 and she has 3 children and she doesn't want any more children and she runs into a Chris Davis. You're telling me that this young, fit, feminine, friendly, faithful, and fun widow, because her husband died of cancer and now she's out and ready to be whatever, you're not going to date her because she's 27. That's
So
crazy to me.
so here's the thing. The reason why I told April's daughter that I wouldn't date her is because she had younger kids. And my youngest is 12. And her kids are like 5, 3. And so
How old is April?
They can feed
April is
themselves.
47, but her daughter is 27.
Wait, what? I'm confused.
So April is the mother, right?
Yeah, he's friends with the mother of a woman in Atlanta, and this woman is 47, but she had a child at 20 years old, so her daughter's currently 27.
Okay.
But the daughter has 3 children, so the daughter doesn't want more kids. And one of Chris's biggest issues with dating younger women is that they're typically going to want children. Chris is already done with the child raising thing. But I'm telling him, in the Black community, he ain't gonna have to worry about that. There's plenty of young women out there with there's a lot of baby mamas out there for Chris to pick from.
Chris,
Here's been my experience real fast. My experience has been, and I actually have a text message to prove it, several threads to prove it, that I would meet like 32 and up, like 32 to 42, and they were never married, no kids. And you know what they wanted from me in 6 months? They wanted to be my best friend, my wife, have 3 children in 6 months. Have 3 children from their womb in 6 months, and buy them a new home in 6 months.
Chris,
and
that clock is ticking.
I was traumatized by that. So I'm just like, I'm good. I'm just
That clock is ticking.
Chris, I don't mean.
And you got to realize, Shane, hold on real quick, Murph. You got to realize, and I'm not saying I'm the best dude on the market. I'm not the 10 of the 10s, right? But I do think I'm a quality guy, and they just I want you to give me a baby. And then, I am, what is this, year 13? I am 13 years in from not being able to produce children. So it was, you literally cannot come to me and be like, oh, I want you to be my best friend and be my husband and give me 2-3 babies. No.
All right, so lay it on Zoe. We're gonna swing back to the gun issue, but lay it on us. What's your thoughts on what we're talking about right now?
I've got to send my wife back to her hair and skincare routine. But Chris, you kept asking for her to be in the camera. Here she go.
Hey, Chris.
I prefer you over all the other hussies. You are definitely the best.
Other hoes sounds like I'm one of them. I'm not.
No.
Okay.
I'm saying all of them are hussies.
Oh. Okay.
You're like in your own category. You're family now.
Thank you. That's so sweet.
But before she go, is there anything else? Because she was not wanting to come on camera. Neither of us. She's an introvert, and neither of us expected to
She's
being
an
the most.
introvert?
God, yes.
Yes, big time.
That's awesome.
I'm an
That's
introvert.
I don't
Now,
I don't believe that.
there's a
No,
now
no,
listen,
no.
listen, listen. I'll say this. Most people assume that introverts can't extrovert, and that's not what that means. You being an introvert or extrovert, that just means how you recharge. So introverts recharge. We recharge
Oh
by
no, I
ourselves.
know.
Well, yeah.
I know.
Yeah, I
I
can
just
extrovert. I just don't like to.
I mean, but it's just so crazy because when I've been around you, it's like your Zoe energy is like off the Richter. So
It's not soul energy.
So,
It's Brittany energy. Like I don't.
introversion is for peace of mind, safety, and comfort.
Mm.
And then you can choose to be extroverted because I'm a human resources specialist by profession,
Mm-hmm.
so I gotta interact with the public. But
Right.
most of the times, I'm by myself,
Yeah.
Right.
and I do that because that's my comfort zone. Because I love me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
what
I
was
get
I supposed to remind you of? I
Wait,
forgot
what?
already. I was supposed
Remind
to
me.
remind you of something. I forgot.
Remind who?
You. I forgot. Anyways, but thank you for joining us for a moment.
No problem. All right. Bye. See y'all.
But hey. Um,
He's like, let me make sure that's. Let me stop. Let me hush.
no, I was asking her to find me a charger.
so.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Chris, that's an
I can't do it.
intriguing thought process, bro. I hear what you're saying. It's almost like, man, you want to eliminate a whole like my
Wait, DB, you was on the same shit of music a
wait,
year ago.
no, bro. That's not what I
Don't
said.
flip flop. I got the receipts. Let me
No,
don't let me read. Don't let me go back and play episode one.
don't do it. Don't do it. I got hit by a car, bro, so everything, I'm now. I got hit by a car, so my whole thought process is out the door now. So what I said was, I prefer 7 up, 11 down. That's what I said. However,
Yes,
That does sound like what he said.
yeah, however, I said,
yes, but he's 55, so that means he wouldn't date nobody even in their 30s.
but listen,
He's 41 or older.
Rawls, listen to me. But after the accident, after my head hit the windshield, life got real short, real quick. So what I'm saying is, I'm under the impression that you can't help who you fall in love with, and if she happened to be 20 years younger, 30 years younger, then I'm gonna take what I can get because life is
Thank
too
you,
short.
Thomas. I hate that it took a year for you to come around, but I'm glad you're here.
Hey,
Good.
I'm
Welcome to the
telling you,
club. Now we need to get Robert in here. We need to get Shahid in here.
Oh,
And I think
go
Wes
play
is
line.
probably already here.
Brother Rawls,
What'd you
can I
say?
ask you a question real quick before I don't want to lose the energy? Can I ask you a question?
Yes, sir.
What is the largest age gap that you have? And if I'm being redundant,
26
and
years difference.
26 years difference. How old
I was
is your
48, she was 22.
How old is your oldest child? If you have kids,
7 years old. I had my first kid at age 43. I had a lot of dick discipline growing up.
my
So
man.
I'm twice married, twice divorced. My last wife, who just FaceTime me because I think she wanted to tell me about my son's behavior at school today. We got divorced in 2019. So I had my first child in 2015 when I was 43, and I had my next child, my other son, in 2018. So my two kids are age 4 and 7 right now, and I'm 50.
So the age gap, or are we talking about women who you have knocked down or women who you've been in relationship with?
No, relationship.
This was
I
26-year relationship.
I like the 22-year-old. I liked her.
How old were you when she was 22?
48. I was 48.
Okay. That was the biggest gap.
That's my largest gap ever in life. Yeah.
How long did the relationship
I just
last?
want to let you know that you better thank God that I don't know where you live at because I would come and shoot you for this nonsense that you're about to say.
You
Yes,
don't know
you.
what I'm about to say.
Yes, I do. But go
No,
ahead.
I
How old?
promise you
How
don't.
long? Go ahead. Go ahead, please.
You think I'm
Uh,
leading? I'm just asking questions. I'm not leading the brother. I'm just asking
a
questions
year?
because Chris thinks there's an ulterior motive to me, and there's
No,
not.
no. Just ask.
He's
What
a cop. He's interrogating me. This is what they do. What are
can
you
I
talking
not
about,
be a
Chris?
cop? I just want to be a brother in a blue shirt on this podcast. You know what I'm saying? Like, why I gotta
No,
be a cop
anything
all
that
the
I
time?
say can and will be held against me, Chris. I understand.
Want to be a brother with a blue shirt and a badge and a gun.
I just want to exist outside.
Okay, citizen on patrol.
So I'm gonna just pop the cherry real quick.
Go
Like
ahead.
like 3 years ago, he was dating this 19
You're
year
gonna keep
old
goddamn
baby.
outing me on the show, and I'm gonna come over to your house and beat your fucking ass off.
I will leave the door open. I'll leave the door open.
Go ahead and share the story, goddamn. I'm getting off the phone after.
So he was dating this idiot of a 19-year-old, and I told him not to do it, and he was just, oh
That's
yeah, I
not what you
really
said
want
when I
her.
showed you pictures of the booty. Stop flexing. You're a lot. Don't lie. Don't lie. Don't
What?
lie. Oh shit, Officer Daddy, who's super chat? Look here. Don't.
We
no,
got a
don't do
super
that.
chat.
Don't do that. Someone said
Oh.
Detective Reach Around said Officer Daddy.
So just for the record,
Officer Daddy.
nobody reads the
What
comment.
the fuck did I get myself involved in?
Nobody
I
reads
don't
the
know, but they
comments,
don't. They wanted. They blessed the channel with $2 to say it.
and that's
I'm
a
making y'all
guy.
niggas money. Oh, God. Let's get
Shout out to Detective Reach Around. Thank you for the super chat.
I feel like someone created a profile just to
They do that. We got.
Go
You
ahead,
know who
Chris.
that is, right?
Go ahead, Chris. Go ahead.
That's her.
I'm about to get off this goddamn phone. What's the
And
question?
so I'm just saying, there was like a 20-year age gap, and I told him don't do it.
It wasn't a 20-year age gap. It was like a 22-year age gap. But this was not a woman whom I was looking at getting into a relationship with. You, of all people, are not going to sit.
July.
I know for a fact that you're not going to sit
You
here
moved
and
in
tell
with
me,
her.
No. That was a 13-year age gap.
What's
mixing
that
them
girl
up,
name?
Chris.
You're
Mixing them up.
I just realized that I cannot go anywhere with Chris and we do something because he's
Chris don't hold no water.
No. Listen.
Don't fuck up the story. Don't fuck the
No.
story.
So you know, DB, I know
Jesus
a
Christ.
bunch of shit. And this little bit of nothing that I'm
You're
sharing,
sharing a bunch of shit, nigga.
that's not even fucking true. So stop lying.
He knew what to expect
Chris is
when he
Chris,
invited me on this thing. He knew
comfort zone, but not
what was coming, and I've been holding. You acting real. Go ahead, Chris.
I'm done. I just said you dated a young girl, and I told you not to. That's all I was gonna say.
Listen, let's do this. Let's do this. I'm glad that Chris is coming around. I'm glad that DB had to get knocked his senses literally and proverbially knocked into him.
DB, I'm looking at my brother at the top, and I can tell he's just like waiting. He's like collecting shit and waiting to just like Hadoken it into. Go ahead, man.
No,
I just need to get Shahid on board. I need to get Shahid.
I'm not opposed to it, but it's the type of women I like culturally. They don't really exist. For example, like I like a more professional, intellectually minded type of woman, and that right now in the spaces and the culture that I'm in, they don't exist at like 25 and down. So like I could see that, when I'm 50 or in a few years from now, I'm all for it. But like right now, I'm not trying to do with a chick that want to be an Instagram model and like I just can't. I don't have the patience for it. Right now, I don't have the patience for it. 10 years down the line, I definitely, I'm gonna be a little older. I'm gonna be going down myself. So I'm like, yeah, shit, turn up, take the pic, let's go here, let's go there. You know what I mean? Like, but they just.
So you like that? It's like that Neo video with Neo and Nia Long or whatever. That I forget where she was his boss. So he's channeling that Neo. What's that song, Chris, by Neo?
It's just right now the mid 20s to early 20 girls are still like they trying to be celebrities themselves right now.
Yeah, they city girls right now.
Once they hit about 27 and up, they kind
of Miss Independent. Miss Independent. That was the song.
They calm down. They slow down around 27.
Don't get us banned, Shan.
I'm not. I'm doing 5 seconds or less. That's Shaheed right there. That's where he at with it. Robert,
Yeah,
come on, man. Robert, I
man.
need you to. I need you to.
No,
I need you to go down. I need you to. Robert, I need you to go down 20.
me going down 20. That don't even make that'd be 18.
Rob is 37.
Robert's
Yeah,
38.
You want him to go down to
38.
18? Fresh out of
Fresh
high
out of high
school?
school. Fresh out of high school for Rob. Fresh.
He said it just 18.
They will be
Keyword
calling
is
Rob R.
fresh.
Kelly. He will be the new R. Kelly.
Keyword is
Robert,
fresh. No, R. Kelly was doing 14-year-olds. I'm talking Robert.
what that's what I'm
Fresh.
saying. Like they gonna think that he was preying on him before then.
Yeah.
Nah,
Robert.
he can.
And I
Robert, do
don't
you
know
have a
what you
different disposition than you had last year?
No, I don't.
Nope.
I want you to replay because for me, when I was 33, I dated somebody who was 19. I wanted to have a serious relationship with her, but she, was 19. She wasn't there. And then when I think back of people who I dated like that, and I was really having a relationship, I think 7 years is about that same age. 33, I dated somebody that was about 25. So.
All right. Well, how are you feeling today? That was 5 years ago. That was 3 years. Now, how do you feel today, Robert?
Kind of full 20. I can't pull somebody fresh out of high school. Somebody 22 years old, college. Yeah, probably so.
Okay. All right. So my brothers is coming around. All right. Only took a year. Look at Zell. We hear they're arguing with his young girl.
I'm about to
Let
tell
me
him to
put him
mute
on mute.
his mic.
I'm muted him. So
You weren't on mute, Murphy.
Muna Hair Designs. I do need Jesus, Muna.
I will
I do
not go
need you.
10 years.
Hey, we need
Under
to
no
Maybe I
circumstances.
need you. Maybe I need
Hey,
you,
we need to put up
Muna.
that chat.
Maybe if I had Muna, I'd be
Shan, we need to
okay.
put
But I don't have
up
you,
that.
Muna. So
Bro.
go ahead, Rob.
Nah, we need to put up that chat. That's like third one down right now. We need to go ahead and put that one up for me.
Oh, this one right here. That one right there.
No
That one right there.
promotion.
Okay, now how old is she?
Hey, speaking of Robert. No?
Listen,
Oh.
here's the reality. Okay, Muna, don't start. Yeah,
I
no,
wouldn't.
listen, let me explain something. Okay, hold on. Let me address this. Let me address this real quick. Let me address this to what she said. She said, I need Jesus. She said she's not that young for me. Ladies, let me explain to you. I say it, but it seems to be the thing that people don't want to remember me saying. I know that all men on planet Earth want 5 things from women. All men want this, Muna. Men want a woman who's fit, feminine, friendly, faithful, and fun. We all want that, Muna. All of us want that. Okay? That's what we all want. Now, the thing is, Muna, what are the odds of me running into a woman who is fit? Let's start with the first one. Considering that 80% of women of color are fat, and 80% of that 80% are obese. Already out of a room of 10 women, 8 are eliminated. 8 are gone because that's a non-starter for me. So if I'm saying that all men want, now I'm not saying all men can demand or all men is going to get, but all men would like women that are fit, feminine, friendly, faithful, and fun. And if the first one is fit, 8 out of 10 don't is already out of the running. Now you start to say, well, what about the last two, Shan? Okay, they made the first cut fit. Now, out of these two women, out of the because 8 of them is already eliminated out of the game, right? Thank you. Get your consolation prize, go home. You two are left. Now, these two women have to be feminine, friendly, faithful, and exciting women. Not boring. I like to. I do outdoor sports. I go sky. I travel. I do shit. You should see. I got snowboard. I got all kind of shit around here. I'm a. You know what I'm saying. I got GoPro cameras that mount up and let's go. I want to capture memories and shit. Right. So now with these two women, I gotta hope that they are feminine, friendly, faithful, and fun. Do you see how it starts to dwindle down? Now here's the thing. I'm 50 years old. I have no problem, Muna, with you if you match all 5 things. If you're fit, Muna, if you're feminine, if you're friendly, if you're faithful and fun, let's talk. Let's see, show me what's up. Because what I've been running into, Muna, in my travels is that the women that graduated around the time that I did, the women that are around my age, are it's not 2 out of 10, it's 0.5 out of 10. Because they just keep eliminating themselves when it gets to the requirements. Remember, fit, feminine, friendly, faithful, and fun. All men want, high value men demand. It's not, it's a, there's no, it's not no negotiation. This is, you have to have all these 5 things. Now, there's financially astute, right? There's 3 more bonus ones. I mean, I'm sorry, it's 4 more bonus ones. It's financially astute, right? There's family first, and there is I'm having a brain fart. There's a fourth one that I came up with, but I can't even remember my own shit. But those are optional. The 5 of them are requirements. And so when you say, unfortunately, you're not that young, it has nothing to do with your age. It has everything to do with the wall. And did you
I
did you
think
run
she said
into it?
age because you brought up going 20 years down.
Well, and so now let me wrap it up because I know I'm going long. Let me wrap it up with this. So, what are the odds of me running into somebody my age that is fit, feminine, friendly, faithful, and fun? It's slim to none. I'm out there. I'm looking. They're not there. They're interested. You should see my DMs. It's crazy. But then they're not there. So then, what do? The more I look at younger women, the more they tend to meet these requirements. These are requirements. These are not. These aren't just wish. This is not a wish list. This is a prerequisite. So when you don't say it's not you because of your age, because age is none of the F's. None of them. But if you match all the F's, I don't give a fuck how old you are.
Let me ask you
It
this
just
question,
so
Dan.
happens that the younger ones tend to match those requirements where the older ones tend to not care to even match them. They don't even want to try to match them. They buy workout clothes just to wear. They don't even work out in them. They won't eat a salad. They won't go to a Pilates class or take yoga. They won't even do it. They look like they'll do it when you see them at Target. They got on all the spandex in the world, but it's just so they can throw on something quick and look like they're doing some shit, but they're not really doing anything. I go hiking. I go to the stairs. I'm at the gym. They're not there. So remove the age thing. I'm only speaking age because I'm leaning towards the ones who tend to be the 5 F's. If older women would change their mindset and reprogram their software and start becoming the 5 F's that men like me want, we'd have no problem.
Hey, can we
Go
put
ahead.
that? Can we put that comment from Lee's boss up?
Which one? She got a bunch of them.
The men get fat too. I want to address that.
On that one.
Oh, Yeah, men definitely get fat too, but the difference is that men are we don't depend on women. So like a man can just say, "Oh, she's fat," and cut her off of his list. Like women don't have that luxury. If a woman cuts a man off of her as a prospect for her because of his weight, she may be potentially losing out more than that man would. Like if I cut a woman off because she's overweight, I can find a woman that meets the requirements that I like in a woman, you know, right after that. Women don't have that luxury. And culturally, in a man being fat and a woman being fat, let's just be honest, in some cultures, a bigger man is a positive. Like if you ever listen to the expression, like when someone is gaining weight, they always say like, "Oh, you eating good." That's a sign of like wealth in some cultures, where you see the bigger man is the man that women usually would choose. So it's a double standard when it comes to a man being fat and a woman being fat. Like I've seen fat men with women that I'm like God damn, like how did he get hurt? But I know the reality is like women don't choose partners like men do. We seek out beauty as the number one thing when we search for a partner. Women do not, because by you're looking for the necessity and the provisions. Like what can he provide? What can he do? You know what I mean? But sometimes, like if you look at today's woman, that's why today's woman is so like in disarray, because they're trying to choose their partnerships like men do, and they don't have the luxury. Like I have the luxury to say, "Ah, she a little too overweight. I'm moving on." Women think they have the luxury to say, "Oh, he's only 5'10". I'm moving on. No, you just passed up your biggest prospect because he wasn't 2 inches taller than you like him to be.
They think they got infinite options
Right? That's it. It's
in
not.
unlimited time.
It's just not
And they don't
the reality.
realize like that 6 foot mark in the world that are 6 foot, and then you got the following up with the other sixes that you say, Shan. Your market is what you're shopping for. It's a very fine niche. It's a very fine niche.
But check the difference out. The difference between me and a woman, right? My life is not going to change drastically in the partner I choose. If I say she's 20 pounds heavier than I would like her to be, I'm gonna move on. The life it won't be a huge life difference there. But that 2 inches that you could go from being set for the rest of your life, generational wealth, to making it check by paycheck the paycheck just because 2 inches. That's the reality that women live with. We as men don't have to deal with that, because whether she's 20 pounds heavier than I like her, or the other way around, my life is not going to really change depending on how women don't change men's lives like they think they do. Like I know it sounds great and amazing. Like we had a woman on a couple weeks ago. She said like, what did she say? Like a man is going to uh, elevate his life by marrying me, and I asked her. I said, "So are you going to take care of the man?" She said, "No." And she's like, how is that man's life going to elevate if you're not going to take care of him and provide for him? So women don't. It's not the same. That men get fat, but we have the luxury to get fat. That sounds harsh, but that's just the reality.
Great points. I think where we kind of detour real quick was so we're going to give you an opportunity to answer why all black people should own a firearm, or black men, however you want to phrase it. So the floor is yours to kind of close that up for us. You're on mute. Nope.
We don't hear anything, though. Still no audio.
You got to hit the cogwheel and see if your audio is connected. Says host muted, Shan.
No, he's not muted. He's unmuted.
The host unmuted your mic.
Oh
Are
wow.
you good?
Okay, I hit it and did it again, so there was no indicator. But go ahead.
Okay,
You're
I'm
good now.
sorry. You can hear me okay?
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, loud
Yeah.
and clear now.
I'm sorry, guys. The battery died on my computer. I saw the message in the chat that asked the question about why I believe that every black man should own a gun. The reason why, and I'm sorry, I hope I didn't interrupt the flow, but we are historically have been encouraged to make sure that we are far away from guns. Guns meant freedom. Guns meant independence. Guns meant that you could stand up to whoever was the self-proclaimed authority. We never had the opportunity as black men to be a self-proclaimed authority. We were always a submitted authority. And so when a submitted authority has to no longer be, I feel like the universe just snapped me with my goddamn microwave over there. But like, when there's an authority that just, kind of is naturally going to back up a power, then we should kind of go with that. And you black men are a powerful, powerful thing. Everything in the world has tried to copy you. Everything in the world has tried to replicate your strength and your beauty and your intelligence. And what's happened in that process is that you have been identified as a threat. You're bigger than these people around you. You're smarter. You're faster. You're stronger. You move better. You're more peaceful. You have a better interaction with the people around you. Period. And so, of course, you're a threat. Your wide noses suck up all the oxygen in the environment. So if we arm you with a thing that'll kill people, that makes you even more dangerous. But we're not talking about niggas. What we're talking about is black men who love our families. We're talking about black men who love our communities. We're talking about black men who have a sense of self-preservation and responsibility. So we're not going to be out here like, Tucker Carlson is suggesting, just being this big, scary menace. We're going to rob all the folks who have light skin tones. We're going to rape the women. We're going to do all those things that made weed illegal, and justify the stereotype. The truth of the matter is, gun owners are you. I'm reading names: Robert and Brother Rawls and Shahid, like Chris has a SCCY. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we have the ability, we have very much have the equal rights as anyone else to carry a firearm, to keep ourselves safe from threats, foreign and domestic. Foreign meaning people who would come outside our community to fuck us up, and domestic meaning niggas who look like us to come here to bring harm, right? Because the truth of the matter is that when I need to protect that woman upstairs or any of these little people in any of these rooms around here, that I'm not overly concerned with the method. Any of you, to protect your family, would you not push someone off a bridge? Would you not drown them in a creek or cut their throat? Or E-Honda them into a Mack truck on the side of the highway? Like, who would not do anything possible to protect themselves and their families? There's an expectation that we as black men don't have that same autonomy to make sure that we go home. Because your life, black man, don't matter as much. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. I'm behind the government right now, and I'm looking at these things, and I'm looking at where the communities are, and I'm not rising up. I'm just saying, like, when it comes down to what's being enforced in the communities, it's not here for y'all. Y'all are last, so we're last. I'm last. My wife is last. The kids are last when it comes down to energy. So yeah, black man, I'm not coming to help you. Not fast enough. I'm gonna come after the fact, and everything's gonna be bad by the time I get there, black man. Like, you got to protect yourself first. You got to protect your family first. You got to get trained first. Not out here because you went to the range a couple times in January. I mean, because you went to a class. because you learn how to shoot and move and communicate, because you learn how to reload under stress, you learn how to find cover, you know how to have the principles of contact and like we are behind the 8 ball, really. And I don't care how many ARs y'all have in your safe, or the fact you went to a class 13 summers ago. You know what I'm saying? Like, we are not prepared for an armed encounter. Black folks, we're not. We're not. We're really not. We talk about a shit. Do you remember when all the brothers came up to Stone Mountain with the guns to protest the white supremacist background and all those animals on the mountain? Their faces are famous. And the cats from, what was the movement? Chris, what was that? Who are those dudes? Somebody's chime in with me. Who was that
I don't
cat?
know their name, but I know who you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about? When all the brothers came to Stone Mountain with guns, there's 500 black people, armed militia. It scared the shit out of Georgia. Do y'all remember that? I'll find the name for it later.
You're talking about a few years ago?
It was a few years ago. We saw black people in racist Stone Mountain, Georgia, with AR-15s marching,
Yeah.
and all of the militia. Like, I looked on the subgroups on
The Sons of Confederate Veterans.
No.
It's called
These are the brothers.
It's called NF.
No, that's who they were protest. That's who
Not
they went up
fucking
against.
around.
Was the
NFA.
NFA. It's something like that.
Not fucking around.
Something like that.
What was that brother's name? He's been around for a while. Light-skinned brother with the glasses got locked up for pointing a gun at the feds or something like that. Y'all remember what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Somebody's gonna find it real quick. It was called the Not Fucking Around Coalition. They showed up to Stone Mountain with 500 black people wearing black with AKs and ARs and optics and aim points and EOTechs and silencers and slings and drums and the white supremacist groups. I looked on their back channels. They were like, "Where did they come from? Oh my God, we didn't know that was possible." You know what I'm saying? Like, it was a big deal. Somebody chime in. I can't remember.
I think his name is like Grandmaster J or something like.
Grandmaster J, my brother. That's the one. Yes, sir. Yeah. Yes, sir. That was it. And he shocked the world. Right? To put that many black people in one place that were armed. What happened? Everybody got rattled. I didn't know that militia that big. Where'd all those black folks learn how to use them? Right? And then what happened? One or two of them had accidental discharges, and it, what's the word I'm looking for? Invalidated the whole movement.
Oh, right. That was
So it's kind of like, it kind of sucks.
That was only like 3 years ago, if that.
Yeah. Do you know why I was really, really disappointed by the ADs at the movement? Because it caused them to lose credibility for being trained,
right,
professional. You know, it just looked like a bunch of black folks with guns that kind of gaggled fuck together and created a spectacle. And when we had one or two people clap off rounds, it was a bad look. And I was just like, fuck! Because it looked good at first. I liked the way it looked as an officer. People in law enforcement were like, oh my God. I was sitting there like, this is good. I like this. I liked it. I do. I still like it. Chris,
so Zoe, let me ask you this before we wrap up, because we're gonna wrap up in about 5-7 minutes. Here's a question for you.
Okay.
If that's the case, it's protection. What the net of it is that I got that black men need to protect themselves because, of course, by proxy, black men is going to protect their families, women and children. Do you foresee the odds of some sort of insurrection that's going to happen nationwide, where we're going to have some sort of civil unrest where we need to do that?
Why not? Why not? Do I see it happening?
We have the protection of the good. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. No, I apologize. Go ahead. You said the protection of
No,
what?
I'm just thinking, like, like for me, I'm not with most people who bash law enforcement. My brothers just retired from San Diego Police Department. I have another brother in Inglewood Police Department. I believe in law enforcement. I myself was going to be LAPD some years ago after I got out the Army. I support the police, and I believe that most police, by and large, uh, care is not bad. I believe in one bad apple can't spoil a bunch, and that's the bad apple that everybody thinks that all the apples taste like. That's how I feel about the situation. But I know how it is, and so I don't know. Do you really think that this is a situation nationwide, coast to coast, from Canada down to Mexico and everywhere in between, that we need to get to the point where all black men need to be armed, the same ones, the good ones, because there might be something coming one day.
That's a good question.
So
When we
let me jump in. Let me jump in real quick right here, because I have experience in this, being a cowboy, being in the outdoors a lot. So when we go on our trips, right? Like when we take the horses out, we take the horses to the middle of nowhere.
wait, hold on, Shahid, your
Yeah.
audio is too bad, and
Okay.
the reason why is because the processor on the phone can't. You got too many apps running. Do me a favor, just do a full restart on the phone and come back in. I had put it in the chat, but I don't think you saw it.
I'm not on my phone. I'm on a laptop. Can you hear me?
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's something about that audio, and it's jerking even you. So
It's probably because
can you restart the computer?
let me close my window. I got this window open. Let me close it.
Yeah, it's the audio is inaudible. It was tough the last time.
In response to what you said, brother, can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't want to overstep the brother. Do you want me to hold on for a moment?
No. Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
In response to the question that you asked me, you're right. One bad apple will not spoil the bunch, but one bad orchard will cause a recall for the whole country. There are enough of us wearing the badge who were cut from the cloth of the original purpose of what police, not the sheriff, different combo, not the sheriff, but what police were here for. Police are here for to be the long arm of local government, meaning that the people in power where you are have interests, and we are here to make sure that those interests are protected, and we will use force to make sure that those interests are protected, because sometimes we will look up and realize that over time, laws have been enacted to protect interests, which is never going to be good for you, black man. Never. So, what I will tell you is this, is that do not, this will be real controversial, but it won't be the first time I've said it on camera. So I'll tell you now, don't talk to the police ever. In their official capacity, anyway. Meaning that if an officer is asking you questions about a thing, just don't do it. Get your lawyer, wait. That'll protect you, black man. In terms of carrying a gun, carry the gun. Make sure that you have whatever license is appropriate for the state that you live in. I can't speak to your state because I'm assuming all of you are in different places. Find out what that is. Do the research. Do not make assumptions. Don't watch TikTok or YouTube. That'll always get you fucked up. Find out, read the official code of whatever your state acronym is, annotated. OCGA here, OCTA for Tennessee, whatever. Find it out. We can't afford to be stupid and sit here and pull out our phones and think that we're going to be saved by making a video because we are getting jammed up for being stupid. Carry the gun, learn the law, carry it lawfully and legally, and protect yourself, and get the training to protect yourself. Because for as many times as you've been to the range, truth be told, most of us have no clue how to fight with the gun. We know how to carry the gun, we know how to shoot the gun, and load the gun, and clean the gun, and reload the gun. But we don't know how to fight with it. Do we? Have we been to the training to be like, bow, 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 under the car, reload, transition to the carbine, do. Oh, I'm dry. Let me try to find ammo from back. No, we don't do that because we don't take real world encounters seriously. Now, the white guys are training.
So
We're not.
this is where I want to jump in because it's the perfect transition, right? So is my audio good, Shin?
No, it sucks the same. But go ahead.
Damn. I don't know what it is tonight, but um, so I wanted to transition. This is the perfect transition point because, as y'all know, I'm a cowboy. I do a lot of outdoor stuff. So when we go out, like we go out in the middle of nowhere, take the horses, we camp out, and I always pay attention to, like sometimes we invite our, our white counterparts with us, and you just see the difference in their social life. Like they out there teaching their young kids how to shoot just for fun, but it's training. Everything that can take place within, like, pay attention to, like, all they all own big trucks where they can drive over anything, drive through whatever they want. Like, and especially out in Arizona where I'm living right now, I pay attention to everything is now HOA. Everything is being built. They build a box first that they're gonna put you in. They build the box, then they put your home inside the box. You got maybe one way in, one way out. Sometimes it's one way in, and they got like emergency fire exit. But if you pay attention, they create divots around these homes where you can't just drive straight out. They got it looks fancy, like beautification, but they got the nice little like creeks around your property that you live in. It's a nice little creek surrounding it, so where you can't get vehicle access in it. So like with me dealing with the horses, it opened up just a whole new wave of life for me to see. And I've had the training with my father with environmental weaponry and things of that nature, but I suggest we just get on equal footing with everybody else, whether it comes into play or not. When we actually need to use it, you should have it just in case, because if something popped up right now, we already at the disadvantage. We already have to just take the L because we don't have the vehicles to transport ourselves. We got nice luxury, fancy cars, Mercedes Benz, things that ain't going to, it's not going to keep up if some shit really happened. If some shit really cracked off, we don't have the weapons, we don't have the utilities, we don't have the transportation, etc. So just on getting on equal footing with everybody around us that are neighbors next door to us, we should have it just off that.
Brother Shaheed, can I ask you a question real quick? I don't mean to interrupt.
But
why would you want to be on equal footing with someone who might be identified as an enemy?
Why not?
I don't think equal footing is.
If I got a gun, do you want a knife?
Well, no, that's not what I meant. What I meant was that I don't want to be on equal footing as someone who might be an enemy to me. And I'm not looking at this from a global or racial or anything. I'm just saying that if we're talking about shooting sports, meaning I'm in competition to hit a target better than my op, I want to do better than him. I don't want to be on equal footing than him. I want to have more.
I agree. I'm speaking from a reality position though.
No. I'm just
footing is the bare minimum for me. That's just bare minimum because we're so far behind right now anyway.
Well, that was a question, and I think that we it looks like we're probably on the same page. Is right. That when I came into this environment, I said to myself, I was like, all right, I want to do the best of the best. What's the best of the best in law enforcement? SWAT, right? So I'm gonna go to SWAT, right? So I'm a train, and I realized I couldn't shoot. I mean, I could shoot, but at 25 yards, if my bullets at 25 yards were like that far apart, that wasn't good enough.
Right.
At 25 yards to get what I wanted, they had to be right here. So I started to go to classes and training and stuff like that. And so my thing was that I have never, ever in all of my years of being trained in the shooting arts, whether or not that was sport, competition, the shooting arts in terms of tactics, meaning like, let me do this to make sure I'm better than my op so I can live. That there was never a point in time that the mentality, and I think that this is a problem that we have as brothers, is that we were asking for equal footing. And the truth of the matter is, all we need is to be left alone so that we can shine and do what we normally do, which is to be better at everything. And
I don't think we could ever get there if we don't even know. A lot of people don't know the op. They don't know the enemy. Like, for example, if you, like where I'm at, the neighborhood I live in and where I'm at, if you go just to the low, like 10 minutes up the street at where the white boys hang out, you will see a line of big lifted pickup trucks. People think that's just a thing, like, oh, that's what they're into. Yeah, that's what they are, into that. But it's perfect. It serves a purpose. Like the lowriders we got, the cars on 22-inch rims that we got, it serves no purpose. You know what I'm saying? So they won't even know how to identify that. So I just say equal footing as a bare minimum, because like shooting above is asking for a lot. I agree with you. We should be there. When I'm in that space, like for example, when I'm with them white boys, they can't shoot better than me. They can't ride a horse better than me. They can't do anything in that element better than me, right? But I'm in that. You know?
Because you're a superior being. Like that's how you're designed to be better at everything. Right. Yeah.
Right. But for me, I just need y'all to understand what's happening before I can say let's be better. I need you to
who's y'all?
Not y'all, just my people. Like, you know what I mean? For the people that don't know that there something could pop off and we would need to be prepared. Like, do you have like, what's the, for example, my family, if something happened right now, we already know the centralized location that we would go to, right? For every state that my family is in, if some shit happened, we already know where the centralized location is, right? So on a national level, if it happened on a national level, we know where headquarters is at. But I know as a whole, my people don't think on this level. So that's why I'm asking bare minimum, just, hey, see, these people, these white boys, them, they're doing this for a reason. Everything has a reason. Like, while we're taking out, for the little birthday party, you're taking them here, they out in the middle of the desert shooting. That little girl knows how to get a shoot off an AR-15 like she knows how to tie her shoe. You know what I mean? Like, we look at it like it's crazy, but they're in survival mode. That's where I'm at with it. Like, so I always want to be superior and better, but I need to get them, like, to even understand where we even at before we can do that.
I can see that. I saw a something pop up in the feed that said time. I didn't want to get out of pocket. Chris, are we doing okay on?
We was about to end the show early. It turned into a full show.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I saw it popped up. I didn't want to try to respond.
No, go ahead.
Out of turn. Yeah. No, thank you, bro. Like, I didn't know. Chris, how we doing?
We about to end. You can make your final comment.
My final comment is, like, we are not granted the opportunity or the room to be fucked up. So I would say get on board real quick with how to protect you and your family. Don't buy dumb shit like High Points and SCCYs.
Really?
And I'm sorry. Are you talking shit now, Mr. Davis?
Well, see, Chris, a lot of people don't know that. They don't know. You know what I mean?
Which is why I'm putting y'all on game. Don't. If you spend $300 or $350 on a gun, you're gonna have a $350 gun, and when someone is coming to kill you and your family, you're gonna think to yourself, like, I spent $269.99 on this thing because Glock was $500. You know what I'm saying? Like, what kind of fuck shit is that? Like brain. Don't buy shit. Like, we know better. Don't buy shit.
I don't own a Hot Point, thank God.
I didn't say High Point. I said SCCY first.
Anyways, take us home.
Thank y'all for bringing me on. Arm yourselves, brothers. Get the training. Go to spend the money and get the training. Go and get it. Like a reputable person who knows what they're talking about, who has been in the shit, who has been in shootouts. Find yourself someone who has got good reviews and then connect with him. Can I tell y'all this? If you have to go and get with the white guys to get trained, go to them. Go to Gunsight. Go to Thunder Ranch. Spend the money for the best training, and then we're not going to be sitting around looking crazy. Because at the end of the day, our right to defend ourselves and our family is no different from anyone else in this country. And the answer to your question is yes, Brother Rawls. Like every black man outside of that category should arm himself and train himself and make sure that he is above and beyond his op, because that's just being smart.
As we're about to end the show, definitely we've had a lot of gun talk. If anybody feels motivated, talk a lot about making sure that you are well equipped to handle the gun, but make sure you know the law in your state, because California, Georgia, it's not Texas, it's not Florida. There's a lot of reasons you cannot shoot a person, as long as they are not a bodily threat to you or somewhere where you can be maimed or killed. So know your laws in your state. I wanted to end there, Robert.
And on that note, we out.
Good show. Guns and stuff.
Thank you, Zoe, for coming through. Follow us. We all have our handles for all of our social media. So go ahead and look it up on there. Follow us on IG, but TikTok, everywhere else. We all there.
Go follow me on TikTok.
I don't have a handle on the thing, but I appreciate y'all coming on. Chris, thanks for the invite, man. There was some.
I can't hear what you're saying.
You can't hear me? Can you hear me now?
No.
And thank you for the invite.
No, I still can't hear you. Don't call me either. I'm going to bed.
Look at your phone.
My phone's dead.
Nigga, look at your iPad.
I don't have an iPad.
I swear to God, I'm going to kill you when I see you. All right, I'm going to bed. Love you. I said I'm going to bed. Love you.
You know how I know you're gay?
What?
Marriage.
How do you know
We
I'm
heard
gay?
you.
Good night, Murph.
Suck a dick, bitch.
Thanks. You're an idiot.
Murph is going to his newlywed bed with his
Hey, Shan, let me ask you a question.
with his wonderful wife.
So, Shan, you meet a woman. She is feminine, friendly, fun, and faithful.
All of that, yep.
But she is not
But she-
fit. You won't work out with her?
Nah, I tried that.
And it didn't work out?
So the problem is with the fit part is that she's only working out because she's with me.
So what if she was starting to work out before you?
So you gonna just keep moving this goalpost, or you gonna move it until I can't score?
God damn,
I
can
mean,
y'all?
I'm saying. So she met you, right?
Uh-huh.
She met you. You know, she was
How old is
just
she?
starting.
How old is she? First of all, how old is she again?
She is 41.
How do I stop this fucking music on the website so I can hear y'all?
A 41-year-old fat chick.
She's not fat.
is-
She's just slightly overweight. Not fat. She's just slightly overweight.
And
Chris,
she's
can you hear
everything
me?
else. She's saying that she's
Yes,
feminine.
ma'am.
She's friendly. She's a faithful chick. You know, I can trust her and I don't have to worry about what the fuck she's doing. She's fun and adventurous. She's all of that.
Yeah.
She's just a little chunky.
Little chunky.
I want to talk to y'all, but I don't know if.
I I don't know, man. We can hear you, Zoe. We
Oh, you
talk
can
over
hear
this
me.
music.
Yeah,
How do I cut off this music on
yeah.
the website
You
so I
can't.
can hear? You can?
You
You gotta
can't,
wait
but
for
you gotta
9
wait.
seconds.
You gotta wait 6 seconds now.
Oh, that's the timer. Okay, I got you. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be rude.